Hey, it's Phil Stacy, Executive Sports Editor at the Salem News, alongside Assistant Sports Editor Matt Williams and Gloucester Times Sports Editor and one-time Salem News sports writer Nick Giannino. We are back for our third annual Salem News slash Gloucester Times Thanksgiving Football Fantasy Picks. They've been a big hit. The first 2 years we did it, we tried it for the first time in 2023, drafting high school players we think are going to do well in the holiday, adding up our points just like you'd have a fantasy football team. And turned out to get a lot of great response from people. Thanks for picking me. Why didn't you pick me? Da 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 da. Did it again last year, got even more response on that. So here we are for a third year. It's a lot of fun for us. A lot of people seem to enjoy talking about it and debating who we should and shouldn't have taken about our teams and whatnot. So, gentlemen, how you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Excellent,
Ready
excellent.
to dominate this.
We are back again with the same three teams. We have the Nahant Seagulls for Willie, as in you don't want your turkey to taste like Nahant Seagull with a loss on that day. We have Nino's Nighthawks. Is that just an alliterative play on words, or what's the?
Yeah. I always thought the Nighthawks were a pretty cool mascot name, and it kind of rolls off the tongue with Nino, so I'm gonna
Okay,
stick with it.
all right. And then we have Phil's Fantastic with a PH. So fantastic. So worked for me so far. I've been fortunate enough to win the first two of these. So let's see if one of you two jabronis can beat me this year. If we're gonna have a three-peat, baby, we shall see. Willie, do you want to go over the rules and then I can touch upon a few things?
Yeah, what rules are there? We
Well, the
just
scoring play. Well, we should say this. The rules are we have 9 games on the holiday that involve us, and they're all Thanksgiving this year. We don't have any Thanksgiving Eve games, so we have Salem at Beverly, Saugus at Peabody, Gloucester at Danvers, Swampscott at Marblehead, Ipswich at Hamilton Wenham, Essex Tech at Manchester Essex, St. Mary's at Fenwick, Xaverian at St. John's Prep, and Northeast at Masconomet. Is that all of them? I got them all, right? Yeah, I got all of them there, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So you can only take one player and or team if you're taking a defense from each school. You can't take two St. John's Prep players. You can't take multiple Masconomet players, anything like that. So your picks have to be chosen carefully. We take two running backs. We take two wide receivers. We take two quarterbacks. We take two flex, which would be either a running back, wide receiver, or if you wanted to, a tight end, I suppose. But no quarterbacks. We take one kicker and we take one team defense. We established in year one that you can't choose someone as a kicker and then get those points they may get running the ball or receiving or anything like that. That's kind of cheating the system a little bit. So we're not doing that. One thing I did want to ask you guys, it came up last year with Nick, was do we want to draft a bench guy this year? And that would be a little tricky because you draft a bench guy who is a running back, let's say, and you find out, we're recording this Monday night. You find out on Wednesday that one of your quarterbacks that you took isn't playing. Well, you can't slot a running back into a quarterback spot. So I'm fine with the way it is, but Nick, I think, did you get burned last year on a Swampscott player who didn't play against
Yeah, I think
Marblehead
I think I did.
and
But
you
I
took a
think
goose egg? So
that
it's
was
up to you
also
guys.
that was my fault though. I should have done my research. I didn't know that he wasn't playing, so I think it's fine if we don't have a bench player. If you guys want to do it, I'm also cool with that, but we don't have to.
I'm fine without it, but I wanted to throw it out to you guys. Willie, you good?
yeah, I mean we have 10, so 12, what is it? 12, 10, 12 teams. So I mean, I suppose we could, force ourselves to draft one from every team and then do like a best ball or a bench or something, but that would just be extra picks. I don't know. Um
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of think we're fine the way we are, to be
Yeah,
honest
let's
with
yeah,
you.
just
yeah,
stick
that's
with.
fine. That's
So
fine.
just to reiterate, we're doing two QBs, two backs, two receivers, a tight end, two
No
flex,
tight end.
no tight end, just two flexes,
Which
and
could be a tight end if you want it, but it just can't be a quarterback.
right. Okay.
Do we have any tight ends? We don't. I mean, there's not nobody plays just tight end exclusively. So I mean, it doesn't really
Well, I
exist at
mean,
the high
like,
school level.
well, yeah, I mean, like, Um,
We
Cal
do, but a
McKay and
lot of them
Beverly
aren't.
kind of plays that role for the Panthers. Certainly St. John's has a couple guys, Brody Gillingham, Anthony Sanderson, Andrew Boudreau all play tight end. So there are a few, but yeah, they're not primary pass catchers per se. I mean, Cal is to a degree, but um, okay. So Willie, why don't you explain our scoring? We do a PPR format. It's similar to the same league that we play in, an NFL, regular fantasy league in our office. But why don't you talk about the scoring?
Yeah, it's a little different. I don't know. Phil invented this a long time ago. Not really sure where the numbers come from, but for whatever reason, rushing yards is 13 yards every point. Passing is 50 yards every point. Receiving is 20. Every touchdown is 6, and that's about it. Extra points 1, field goals 3. We're not doing bonuses for field goals. You get a little bonus if you get 175 receiving yards or 200 rushing yards or 400 passing yards. I don't know if we want to, lower those numbers for high school as opposed to the NFL, but
Yeah, so we flipped that last year. So it was 275 passing. You get an extra 6 points if you go 275 or above, which has happened 4 times this year. Okay, so it could happen.
are we, is anybody writing this down? We're gonna make sure, like,
Yeah, I got it all written down.
Phil's quarterback gets 265, and all of a sudden that's the bonus. Maybe, we gotta make sure we're getting this straight
No,
here.
275 is an extra 6 points. We said running backs that go over 200 yards get an extra 6 points. Now that's happened 8 times this year.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah,
Although it's
200. Yeah,
probably
I like
two
that.
guys for those all 8 of those games, but
And here's what was surprising to me. We gave an extra 6 points if you went over 150 receiving, which has happened 4 times this year. That I was surprised at during the regular season anyway. We also said an extra, I think it was 5 points if you kick the field goal 40 yards or longer. But if I'm not mistaken, there's only been 4 field goals all season and none more than 38. So, I mean, it could happen, but it's a long shot to do that. What else? We said can't take a kicker who also plays another. Well, you can take a kicker, you just can't get his points at another position if you choose him as a kicker, and vice versa. If you take a running back who also kicks and you choose him as a running back, you don't get any of his kicking points. It's only players on our area team, so like you can't take someone from Zavarian, you can't take someone from Northeast, you can't take someone from Saugus. But we do include in our areas with Nick here, Gloucester and Manchester Essex. So those players can be chosen. Our names are the same. Anything else, guys, we're thinking of? One player per team. That's it. So that makes the picking difficult. If you have multiple players on a team that's got a lot of wins and you like a running back and you like the quarterback and a receiver, you can only take one. And where do you take
Now,
them?
one player for each team individually for each of us. Like you can take someone from Beverly, and I can take someone from Beverly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just can't take more than one person from Beverly or
right.
Gloucester or Hamilton Wenham or anything like that.
which we should reiterate, there's 3 of us. That means there's a maximum of 3 people from every team. So that means there's going to be really good players from Masconomet, St. John's Prep, maybe Bishop Fenwick that don't get picked. It's not because we don't like you. These are the rules. There's 3 of us. We wish we had a bigger staff. We could take 5, 6 years. All right. But, you know, there's 3 of us, 3 kids maximum per team. That's how it is.
That's
So
right.
if you say, "Oh, you didn't pick so and so," it's probably because we took 3 teammates. Is what ends up happening.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Like I've had that happen to me both years. People say, "Oh, why didn't you take so and so? Why didn't you pick me or whatever?" And it's like there's only so much to go around, man. Like
Yeah.
What
prove me
happened with
wrong.
the it
We
happened
we
with the
love having the
PVC
guys
guy?
prove us wrong. We point that out when we write the story after Thanksgiving that talks about, who wins this or whatever. We point out here are the guys that we didn't take and we should have, and who had the most. We add up those points too. There's some
Well,
guys that we
Dom Scalise is the best kicker we've had around here in 20 years. He just kicked 3 field goals in a Division 1 college game over the weekend. Nobody picked him because we had 3 other guys from his team. Not because he wasn't the best kicker, but because there was 3 other guys from the team.
right. So this is unlike, your regular fantasy football where if you want to load up with, Kansas City Chiefs or Philadelphia Eagles, Didn't we have a guy in our league one time, no matter how good or bad the Patriots were, he tried to load up on like six or
Yeah,
seven Patriots every year?
yeah.
Um, you can't do that here. If so you have to choose judiciously, I would say. And it's as Willie, I will reiterate what Willie said. It's not that we don't think you're good or we don't like you or think you're gonna blow it on the holiday. No, it's not that. It's just you pick who you pick, and then you gotta follow the rules of the picking. So, all right, Nighthawks, Nino, why don't you get a draft order for us here?
All
Random
right, I just
drawing.
got all our names in a hat. We'll go reverse order. So the first name I pick will get pick number three and two and one.
How do
First
we
name
know
in
yours
the hat.
isn't like scrumpled up? Whatever. What?
It's just three names. There's Willie. He gets a third pick. Who's getting one? Who's getting two? Bill's got two, and of course I got one.
All right. So
Swear it in my
let's do a share screen, and we can do our picks live as we've done the last 2 years. I think that's kind of cool. So people can see what we're choosing and what our teams look like as we're picking them. Let me just find it here. Where are we here? Hold on. Give me uno momento. Nick, do you know who you're going to take with your first pick?
I do.
Okay. I can't imagine it's too much of a no-brainer, but go right ahead. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I think I had him last year too, and he just always delivers. He's gonna rush. He's gonna pass. Manchester, their senior quarterback Zach Hurd. Give me him. They got their second matchup against the Essex Tech Hawks on the holiday here. They beat them last year, and Manchester's out of the playoffs, so this is the last game for them, last game for Hurd. He's over 1,000 rushing, over 1,000 passing. I think pretty safe to say if they score points, he's going to be involved. So give me Zach.
Okay. Well, you surprised me there because I thought you're going to take the guy that I am probably going to take here. Is that a parochial pick, or is that just, you really feel like he's the best chance to give you? I mean, he does give you that running and passing, which is a rarity.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm not going to lie. Of course, I'm a little partial to the Cape Ann area here. I felt like I had to give Gloucester and Manchester some love in the first pick, and he's been pretty good. So I feel pretty good about him at quarterback.
Okay. All right. Well, then I am going to go with a guy who helped lead me to the title last year, and that was Jack Fabiano
Yeah, I figured he would have been my,
of
my
Mass.
next guy.
Whoop, sorry, wrong spot there, Willie. My apologies. Um, so what haven't we said about Jack? He is 3 touchdowns away from 60 for his career, which obviously means he has 57. He's got 108,084 yards, so they're obviously going to try to get him to 2,000. The school record is, I want to say, 2000 and is it 35, Willie? 2015, something like that. Scott Foden, 2035 yards, I want to say.
1925, but who's counting?
1925. Okay. So they'll want to try to get him that. He's got 36 touchdowns, excuse me. He leads the area, if not the state, with 230 points scored. Um, Even if they blow out Northeast, I think the Chieftains are going to keep him into the second half, and I feel like Jack can do a lot of damage for me. In fact, I saw him when his dad was inducted last week into the Salem High Hall of Fame. Shout out Joe Fabiano. And I said, is Coach going to play you enough if I choose you in the draft? He's like, I think I'll be in there and get some damage done. So I'm paraphrasing, but I feel good taking Jack with that pick. So Willie, your first round pick.
I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna stack a couple of running backs here. Why not? It's high school. You got to put the ball on the ground. You got to put the points on the board. So, you know, I'm gonna stack a couple of running backs. First one I'm gonna take is Braden Callahan.
Hmm.
From Marblehead, Monster Day. Most games he's got, a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns, third in the area in scoring, 18 touchdowns, 110 points. Really likes putting points on the board. So give me Braden Callahan. And then with my first pick of the second round, I'm going to do a double stack at running back here. And I'm going to take Maxwell Parent from St. John's, 22. touchdowns, another 25 2-point rushes, which I think gives him a really high floor because they're probably going to go for two, and there's probably going to be some points there. So even if the touchdowns go to someone else in the running game and the passing game, he's their 2-point guy. If he goes for two, they score three touchdowns, he gets three 2-point conversions. That's like a free touchdown for me. So put me down for Maxwell Parent as well. I let's see. I don't where is there's my stats page. Yeah, but so 2,000 yard rushers each over 1,000 yards on the season for me. Callahan and Parent. Put them both down.
I actually considered Willie taking Parent with my second pick.
Oh, I was hoping you would. But no such luck for me.
Well, it's the allure of that 2-point rush. Um, 25, he's got 50 points from 2-point rushes alone. That's crazy. I think he has 10 the last 2 weeks in the Division One state quarterfinals and semifinals. But you were hoping I would so you could grab Fabiano and
I mean,
Callahan.
he's hands down the best player. I mean, he's going to have the most points. I don't think it's going to be close unless something crazy happens. So, I mean, the only thing that's going to stop him on Thanksgiving is the clock.
Okay. That's back to me then, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see here. I am going to grab another running back as well. And I'm going to head over to Margin Street in Peabody and grab Dylan Patarelli of Bishop Fenwick.
That was my pick. Thank you.
You're welcome. Dylan with over 1,100 yards this season, 14 touchdowns. No surprise, of course, he had a big season last year, but he's really rounded into form here. Um, in the later part of the regular season and certainly into November. He's a tough kid. I'm expecting a tough game with St. Mary's Lynn, as always, but when Fenwick plays them. I think they're going to feed Dylan quite a bit. He's going to get not only the goal line touches, but he's also going to, he's the kind of guy who can break long runs as well. He can also do a little damage in the passing game. 227 yards receiving with three touchdowns that way. So if they want to go over the top and hit him there, that's fine by me. So I will not copy, but I will follow the model that Willie sent by going double back stack right out of the chute. Nicholas?
Yeah. All right. I should probably grab a back. Couple good ones left here, of course. Haven't seen him play. I'm going by stats alone here. I'm thinking Brendan Callahan from the Marblehead Magicians gets a lot of work back there. He's not hurt, is he?
No, but
He's
he's on
actually
Willie's
was the
team.
first, he's been selected. So
Oh,
there's
you
that.
took him? Oh, yeah. Whoops. Okay. All right. That makes it more difficult.
Forfeit.
Yeah,
You
let's
should lose a
see.
pick for that. Christ almighty.
Well, hey, I'm trying here. All right. I'll go with I'll go with Will Bush of Swampskit. He dominates the backfield there, 156 carries, closing in on 1,000 yards. I'm sure he wants to get there. 11 touchdowns, catches some passes. I think it's a safe pick.
Okay. Yeah, another guy who's been coming on in November, really, really played well as the Big Blue clamped down and won that the Lynch Division title and then went on a nice little playoff run. So, Nick, all right. So first pick of the third round, you have that as well.
All right. Let's see. No, yeah. Okay. I think I'll stack the deck at QB and go over to Fenwick with Andrew Karakopoulos.
Yep. Yeah, good pick.
He is having himself a nice year passing the ball. Over 2,000 yards, 26 touchdowns. I think they're going to put the ball in the air. So let's go with him.
A good pick.
Yep. Very good pick. Very, very good.
Okay, so on to Phil's third rounder.
Nice third round pick. Okay. Um, let's see. Get some options here. Um, let's go. You know what? I'm going to actually reverse my own rankings here, and I'm going to take the guy I had number two, just because I think the volume might be there. I'm going to take Floyd White of Beverly as my first receiver. Um, Floyd, one of the leading receivers in the area, 51 catches, 680 yards, 13 touchdowns, leads all North Shore wide receivers. He's had three, four touchdown games. He's a senior. He's going to be playing his last game. I think he and Danny Pierce are going to be simpatico for most of the day on Thanksgiving. So I feel good about Floyd White getting into the paint a few times at Herd Stadium on Thursday morning.
A little bit of Jordan Addison with him. He's got what? So 3 games with 4 touchdowns and 1 touchdown in the other 9 games.
Yeah.
So I call him Jordan
Oh, the
Addison.
other eight. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. But that's pretty good. So I get 2 in a row here. Is that right?
that's correct.
All right, so I am going. So now strategically, let's talk about this for real quick. Now you two both have a Fenwick guy, which means I don't have to take a Fenwick guy until last
That
because
is
you can't
correct.
take him.
That is
So don't
correct.
be offended. The Fenwick guy I'm going to take when you're in the late rounds. That's a
Oh,
strategic thing.
that's a great. I mean, I would do that same strategy.
I
Absolutely.
know.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
just
good point.
explaining it for the viewers here. So, uh, I am going to grab a wide receiver from the Tri-Town area. He is Cal Weidman.
Yep.
He was my top scorer a year ago. I bring him back. I know he's got designs on being the first receiver in school history to get 1,000 yards. So that's a pretty good plan there.
He's what,
Now,
917, I want to say, going in?
something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, for my next choice, I'm going to take a quarterback, and I'm having a hard time deciding which one.
Hmm.
It is either going to be someone in our oldest game or someone in our newest game, and I do not
Oh,
know which way to go. So,
well, you do have
uh,
two quarterbacks.
you know what? Well, I only got one pick though, so I can't,
No, but I'm saying, like, if you don't pick one now, it could come around and grab him
I
again.
want to use. Well, yeah. Well, that's the other fun thing is Nick's quarterbacks are gone, so that sort
Right.
of limits the quarterbacking out there as well too. So I am going to take the one in the new game. He's crazy good. I think he's the first quarterback to have 1,000 yards rushing and passing at the school since the great kind of Mello, right?
Yeah.
And the only one in the region since the great Trevor Lyons, who did it in 2 different seasons, and maybe Griffin Beal of Pingree, but it's Jacoby Casanelli Tarasuik of Essex Tech.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
Him and Zach Hurd against Manchester are going to put up a lot of numbers. So he can do it in the air. He can do it on the ground. He can do it on the 2 point conversions. So I'm going with JCT.
Here's a trivia question. Not that I know the answer, but have we ever had a Thanksgiving game where both quarterbacks have rushed for and thrown for 1,000 yards going in?
I don't know. That's a great question. I don't. I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, the only
I
ones I
mean,
can.
off the top of my head, I'd say no, but I don't.
No, I mean maybe like in the 70s or something. Although the passing wouldn't have been there
That's what I
back
mean.
then,
Right.
so it's got to be pretty rare. So
Yeah,
that's the first pick of what the fourth round. So we
that's
go on to
correct.
Lino for the next one.
Uh,
Okay. So the reason I
wait, who's
hesitated the first time around taking this player because I really don't know what the plan is with St. John's Prep and Xaverian. They're going to play each other in the Super Bowl. They're also playing each other on Thanksgiving. This is what, the second time in 3 years this has happened where they play, they're obviously traditional Thanksgiving rivals. And, are they going to play out to win? Are they going to rest some guys or what they going to do? But I look at my sheet here and I say it's foolish if he's out there in the fourth round and I don't take Riley Selvays. Um, the sophomore has over 1,000 yards, 1,053 yards. He's got 12 touchdowns. He's got 62 catches, which is more than anybody else. I'm guessing that they're going to play to win the game. I'm guessing that he is going to be involved in the passing game as he was the other night in their blowout semifinal win over Central. He and John Boudreau, the quarterback who's filling in for Chris Vargas, while Chris has missed the last two games, had really good chemistry the other night. Um, I mean, I got two of the top three receivers in the area in terms of catches, yardage, and touchdowns on my team. How can I turn that away, you know? Can't. Nick, has he looked at his team and said he's given up to us, Willie? What's going on here?
He seems to have been disconnected. There's
Yeah.
only two of us in the
Okay.
chat here.
Uh,
Well,
okay. Do we want to let me take a look at your team first? Just a quick in-draft analysis here. I mean, two monster backs who could easily both put up huge numbers, both on the ground and getting into the end zone. Um, and Weidman, like you said, he's got a goal he's chasing, so you have to think they're going to do everything in their power to get him to that yardage number. He's probably going to have a spike or two. And as you mentioned with Casanelli, Tarasuic, there's a guy that can get it done through the air or with his legs. So that makes him a threat on every single snap.
yeah, interesting. Certainly we'll see what see if he's going to reconnect here or what the story's going to be for the viewing public.
Yeah, let me text him. What do you think about my pick so far?
Yeah, good picks. Definitely good picks. Who knows? One of those things that's tough to predict.
This is kind of like the opposite of what I do in real fantasy when I chase those quarterbacks first.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, again, there's only going to be six picked, and so you kind of have the pick of the litter now. I mean, once it's like, if I was to take one, you could wait till the end because none more are going to be picked, right? So you kind of have that luxury that you don't have in the in the NFL fantasy. You're going to grab bench quarterbacks, right? So and there's a lot more than three people, right? You're in a league with eight people, 10 people.
10 of us, yeah.
Playing, all of a sudden you run it. We sort of have the opposite with the quarterbacks in this format. There's 14 of them playing, and there's only six of them being picked, and no bench. So that sort of gives you a little bit of an advantage, I think, in the spot that you're in. Like if I was to take a quarterback next round, you could wait till the last two picks because no one else is going to be allowed to take any.
Yeah. All right. Looks like we got Nick trying to
I'm
come
sort of
back
talking
in here.
myself into not taking a quarterback with my next pick, even though I was gonna.
I'm just going to stop sharing this for one
Actually, you know
second.
what? I don't
See if we
have
can
to
admit
because you've
Nick.
taken. Yeah, I actually have my pick of the litter now because you've taken a player from this person's team, and Nick has taken two quarterbacks, so I can take this person with the last pick, and nobody can stop me. So that's kind of fun for me.
That's a feeling of invincibility.
A little bit. I didn't realize it until I was just talking it through here while we were waiting for Nick. So
Well, I think
Uh,
it
that's
was
pretty something.
when you made your pick of JCT, you were talking about this person and him, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Okay, I know what you mean. Yeah. All right, Nicholas, I don't know what's going on over there at world headquarters of the Gloucester Times, but are you
yeah,
back?
can't call it on that one. I don't know what happened, but we're back. Hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah, Jesus. You're picking a guy who's already been chosen. You're going offline. I mean, you got two
I'm a
strikes
mess.
out of the gate here, kid.
I'm an absolute mess. I
You might
know.
you might have to get like a minus 10 points bonus to start.
No. So Riley went for Willie. Is that the pick?
Phil. Yeah, now you
For
got
Phil.
two, I
Okay.
think.
All right. Oof. Hmm. See, I should have been looking while I was trying to log back on, but you know what? I think I should go over to Gloucester. And it's tough because they run the ball pretty much every play. They got three backs. Joe Allen leads them in carries and yards. Thomas Cribbs is kind of a workhorse as well. But I'm going to roll with Jalen Severino just for his big play opportunity. He does have 9 touchdowns on the ground, a few more through the air. He's capable of breaking one off. And Thomas Cribbs was a little banged up in their last game. I'm hoping he's all right and can play. But I think the safer pick might be Severino. He's been getting more and more involved as the season's gone on as well. So I like them to establish that early with him, and I'll roll with him as my second running back.
All right. And you now start off round five.
All right. And I need a wide receiver.
Couple.
I need a couple of them. Let's see. I already picked from Fenwick. Danvers doesn't pass the ball too much. Essex Tech. I don't have anyone from them. I could see that Manchester Hawks game being a shootout, like Willie said. They got a couple different guys I could go with, but why don't we go with the leader, uh, Mikhail Bay, 21 catches on the year, close to 400 yards. He's got 4 touchdowns. Um, I think they're going to put it in the air, and he's a good bet to catch some balls. So hopefully he gets in the end zone, and I'll roll with him.
Okay. All right. Um, I'm going to go with a flex pick here. And I am going to go with my second straight sophomore selection. Say that 5 times fast. Second straight sophomore selection. And I'm going to go with Zach Ertz of the Mighty Falcons from Danvers. Leading the team in rushing. He's got over 1,000 yards, 1,041 to be exact. He has 15 touchdowns. Been kind of the focal point of the Danvers offense. I think they might have rested him up a little bit in their non-playoff game last time out. I'm guessing he's full health, ready to go. I expect the ball to be in his stomach quite a few times on the holiday morning in what should be a very close game with Gloucester. So give me Zach Fultz. William?
All right, I'm gonna first person I'm gonna take is well, I don't know if he's gonna be a receiver or a flex, so we'll move him around if we have to, but I'm just gonna take him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna be Noah Baskin from Swampscott.
Yeah, good pick.
Does a little bit of everything, big play threat. Now kick return
Would you like me to throw
touchdowns.
him in the flex spot or tight end for wide receiver right now?
You throw him wide receiver for now. We'll move him if we have to.
Okay.
Um, now, now kick returns. Do we get six? Obviously, no yardage, but do we get six if they bring back a touchdown?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's something that's very interesting for him as well.
Same thing if
Um,
you have a player who a pick six. If you have the defense, you get that. And if someone else has that individual player, if say Braden Callahan picks off a pass
oh
and
yeah, good
takes it to
point.
the house, you get that.
Yep, that's a great point. Great point. Great point. And so this is something that I'm not sure about the health of some of these players,
Yeah,
and that makes it somewhat difficult for Danvers specifically and Salem. There are some really appealing players for both teams that I don't know
agreed.
whether they're playing or not, and so that makes it difficult to pick them. So I'm gonna go ahead and take someone as a flex that I do know is healthy now, and that is Will Grumko from Ipswich.
Okay.
He's healthy. It might be a little bit earlier than one might expect for him to be taken, but I think he's pretty good. I think being a senior, right? They're going to try to get him involved, get him a score or two
Yeah, no
against
question
the
about
big
that.
rivals. And I think he's a kid that if he had played the whole season, we would have heard a lot more about him. So I know Ipswich has been getting Bolesky involved a lot lately at running back and stuff, but I think this could be a big Gromko day.
Okay.
That was maybe a little bit off the beaten path, but
Yeah, yeah. I'm actually going to stick with that same game, and I am going to grab as my second flex, Caden Schrock.
yeah, I thought about that. I thought about that.
Uh, that now gives me four running backs who have each gone over 1,000 yards this year.
It's pretty good.
Caden with a buck, well, 1,027 yards. He's got a dozen touchdowns. Two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Generals. They they would obviously love to beat Ipswich in the first ever game on their new home, first ever Thanksgiving game, I should say, on their new home turf. As you said, he's a senior. He's a big, tough guy. I think that's going to be a great game. I could see both teams making a case to win that. But one thing I do know is Caden is going to get the ball an awful lot of times. So, um, yeah, I think that's a. I'm really happy with that as my flex too, Caden Schrock.
All right.
That's to you.
Yep. Let's see. I don't have anyone from St. John's Prep. Jordan is hurt, or he's still alive.
Jordan Toribio?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very much healthy. He had 170 yards on 7 carries the other day and 2 touchdowns.
Well, welcome to the squad, buddy. Jordan Toribio, I'm gonna throw him at flex for the Eagles. I know Maxwell Parents come on well of late, but it looks like they utilize both those guys and
Oh, I mean, they're both over 1,000 yards. I mean, they
right.
play off each other well. If one guy is working particularly well, they ride him. 2 weeks ago it was Parent with the 354 school record rushing yards and 5 touchdowns. Last week, Jordan had the bigger yardage game with 170. They both scored 2 times. So yeah, nothing wrong with that pick at all.
Most excellent. Feel good about it. And do I go again?
You do.
All right. Um, I have a pick for defense that I feel good about, but I'm going to save that. Need another flex. I need another receiver. Uh, you already got Floyd White, and that was going to be my guy. I already got Fenwick. Don't want anyone from Danvers, but they don't throw the ball too much. You got Fultz. This is getting tricky. Uh, why don't I go with another flex spot and I'll take Caden Schrock.
Not again.
Dude,
Come on. It's right here on the screen.
Dude,
It's
I'm
minus
there
not,
on
15
the
points.
screen.
God. It was probably a pick when I was off.
You
No,
see it there on the
it was
screen.
like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Every draft has one of these guys,
Yeah, I
right?
know. I know.
Hmm.
You can't take Mark Bavaro either.
All right. How about we go over to Marblehead
Yes, sir.
and I will go with Owen Coyne.
Owen Coyne, Marblehead. Good choice.
All right, we're getting there.
All right. Owen leading the Magicians in
Yeah, 25
receiving.
catches, closing in on 500 receiving yards.
Yep.
Got a few touchdowns. So, yeah.
Okay. I think I'm going to go defense. And I know this team has given up a ton of points this year, but I like them on the holiday. Give me those Willie's PBD Tanners. Um, I think they've been playing better, getting that first win of the year. Um, Last time out was a great shot in the arm for them. Now to end the season, 2 games, 2 wins in a row would send the seniors out in a great way. Would send the underclassmen into the off season feeling good about themselves. They're at home. It's not a particularly strong Saugus team, so I think they could do some damage defensively. I'm certainly hoping so. Go Tanners, and you are my pick for my defense. Willie?
All right, so I've got 1, 2, four picks left.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's see. I know the quarterback I want, even though I might take a different position from that team. So that's sort of an interesting choice for me.
Hmm.
I know another thing. Okay, so I'm gonna go for a flex. This is another unconventional choice. I'm going big on the flex. H-back, tight end type people. Give me Corey Dooley from Peabody.
Oh, okay. I like
I
that.
like him for a touchdown. Played a little bit of running back against Waltham because they were down to not really having anybody else left. Caught a couple passes out of the backfield. He could give
Okay.
me Austin Eckler numbers. He could catch shovel passes for touchdowns. I like Corey there, leaving me with QB2, kicker, and defense.
No, I was
So,
expecting you to take Mark Mendonca there.
so that's interesting. He's a good choice too. Nothing wrong with him. Let's not give Nick any hints, right?
I
Um,
mean,
so I know kind of who I want to take from. I haven't taken someone from Beverly, Fenwick, Danvers, Salem, Gloucester, Manchester, or Hamilton. Now I have a good idea who I want to take from Beverly.
Hmm.
Fenwick, I'm very much up in the air. I'm having a hard time with Salem. I wish I knew, some of those captains that didn't
I
play their
know.
last game.
I
I
know.
wish
Same
I had
here.
more information. Elvis Espinal would be a really interesting pick.
Yep.
If
yeah.
he's out, Kendall Murga, could be a monster pick. But
Yep.
I just, I
Does
haven't
Jake
done well
Lister
in this
play?
competition, and I don't want to take the risk. So, well, what do I have left? Kicker, defense, and quarterback. So I guess I can't take any of those people. So what I'm gonna have,
Well, it's not your pick yet, is it? Oh no, you are. I'm sorry. You have the back-to-backs. What am I talking about? Go
give
ahead.
me, you know what? Give me the Danvers high defense. Give me the Danvers high defense.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Again, couple of guys for Danvers that I like that I
Yep.
wasn't able to pick for various reasons, and I know who I want for my kicker. I know who I want for my second quarterback. So that leaves me with not too many places to choose from defensively. I mean, I think, the Gloucester defense, I just, that would have been a good pick. The Manchester defense, I didn't want. I think that's going to be a high scoring game. The Salem defense, same thing. I think that, they were what, 70, 80 points in that game last year. It could be the same
Yeah.
thing again. So I think of the defenses that are left. I like Danvers. I could have taken the Fenwick defense and the Danvers kicker, but I'm gonna go the other way around.
Okay. All right. That's to me, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
and then
All
me
right.
number two. Yeah,
Probably time for me to take a quarterback. And I am thrilled that this guy fell into my lap. I had him last year, I think, with my last pick, and he did well. I'm going to go back to Finn Gallup of Marblehead. My guy Finn, um, senior, captain, final game. While he doesn't have 1,000 and 1,000, he can certainly run. I got him for 527 yards and five touchdowns on the year. He's also thrown for 1728 and 18 scores. Um,
he's gonna be the best running quarterback in the Northeastern Conference. I mean, I know the two Cape Ann League guys are ahead of him, but
I mean, one would think so, yeah.
I can't think of it. I mean, off the top of my head, I don't. Nobody else runs like he does. Not Gustafson, not Pierce, not not Mags, not Lister, not anybody.
No, and I just think he's a gamer too. I really like the way he plays. So,
Yeah.
what does that leave me here? I've got a Fenwick, Beverly, Danvers, Hamilton. So I don't have an Ipswich. I have a Marblehead and a Masco. I have a Peabody. So I don't have Swampscott, Salem, Ipswich, Gloucester, or Manchester, Essex. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Okay. All right, Nick, you got two.
All right. Well, I think you guys probably could have guessed this, but kind of fell my way too. I'll go with Mark Mendonca
Yep.
with Peabody leading
That's
the
my
team.
fault for coming out and saying that.
I mean, it's he's there. I mean, he's a good player, and he's leading them in catches. Corey Dooley also has a bunch of catches, and they spread the wealth pretty good. But he's got the most yardage as well, and has found the end zone four times. So Peabody's going to be slinging that thing with Luke back there under center, and again, feel pretty good about that. Throw him at wide receiver, of course, because I used the other two guys at flex.
I'm already in now that all of our, with the exception of Willie and I taking quarterbacks, the other skill positions, I'm interested, based on what I have here, the guys we haven't chosen, and seeing how well they do
Yeah.
because of that. But anyway, all right, Nick, first pick, ninth round. We're into our final two rounds here.
Yeah. I'm excited about this one. I think they have an opportunity to really perform, maybe force some turnovers, maybe get some touchdowns on that side of the ball. Let me make sure that I don't have any players from here. So Masconomet, defense.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah.
good pick.
They are playing at home. I think that could be a rout. I mean, Northeast is no slouch this year. They're having a pretty solid year, but they haven't played anyone like Masco,
Yeah,
I would
Masco's the number
imagine.
one defense on the board, no question about that.
And you guys already took two Masco players, so
Yep.
there we go.
You could have just sat there and
That's it. Now I don't know many kickers around here, so I'm gonna have to think about that one. But that's my last pick. I got a kicker left.
Well, you can see what schools you have left too.
Yeah, exactly.
all right. Well, I didn't plan for it to be this way, but again, with my ninth pick, I mean, he's clearly the best quarterback that's still on the board. I'm actually kind of shocked he's still out there. I don't necessarily like to have my quarterbacks in the same game, but I'm hoping for a wild shootout then. Gonna go John Von Barter of Swampscott. Small V, Willie, but it's a John if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, negative points for me last year, so no way to blow it
Oh,
up for him.
oh, well, the difference being they played Saturday in the state semifinals, then had to turn around and play on a Wednesday night at uh, at Fenway against Marblehead. So that was a tough situation for the Big Blue. I think this year it's going to be much more of a 50-50 even game, and I really think it is. I mean, throughout the fact that, and it's silly to say throughout the fact, but Marblehead's won what, 12 or 13 straight times against Swampscott? I mean, Swampscott has to, just Murphy's Law has to win one of these. They're an excellent team. We've mentioned their receivers. We've mentioned Will Bush in the backfield. Von Barter is a big part of that offense. If he can get guys like Baskin and Gruthius and even Bush in the passing game involved, he's going to put up big numbers there. So let this be a 42-35 final over at Piper on Thursday. I'd be happy with that.
All right, so second quarterback for me, I will see your quarterback on the board and raise you, who I think was the best quarterback left on the board and has been for quite some time, and that's Beverly's Danny Pierce,
Well, I should say the best
all-time
quarterback I could take.
all-time school record holder for everything you can imagine.
Yep.
Touchdown passes, single season career yardage, I think career. Don't know about the single season, but that's all right. He's pretty good. They run everything through him. I think they'll continue to do so. Unless like Sean Costa, snipes all my touchdowns or whatever. But I think the Pearson White connection is going to be going. Maybe they'll throw one to some of those other senior receivers. And so I like being able to take Danny Pierce so late is really nice for me. And then my kicker is going to be the youngest player on my team, freshman Ian Guarino from Bishop Fenwick.
Mm-hmm.
Nerves of steel. I expect a high scoring game. He's got a couple of field goals on the season. He's been really good on extra points. He's a big part of that defense too. Now I won't get any points if he gets an interception or anything like that, but this is a kid whose name might show up in the crystal ball predictions next year as like a future household name. I really like the way that he plays on defense, and I imagine as he gets older, he's going to be a two-way guy and one of the next big stars for Fenwick. But as a freshman, he's going to slot in at kicker alone.
Okay. Nino and I both have kickers as well. And he has players from both of these teams that I'm considering. So, and actually, I'm considering kickers from the same game because my choices are kind of limited here. Um, I'm going to go with Nick Glass of Manchester, Essex. Don't believe I took a Manchester player last year. So we will remedy that this year. He's also I can't get the points he gets, receiving the ball, Nick.
Yeah.
But if they put up a few touchdowns or Hint, hint, coaches, if you get a chance for a field goal, let them go out there and try to boot one between the goal posts. That'd be all right by me. So Nick Glass will be my last pick, which leaves you, Nikolai Volkov, with the last pick of the draft.
Glass is a guy that would have gone a lot sooner if we got all their other points.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. All right, yeah, I got my kicker too. Really between two guys here, Colby Medeiros from Danvers and Luca
Rivera,
Guevara from
Rivera, Beverly.
Beverly. Um, just due to how I think the game will play out, I like to think that Beverly's gonna find the end zone a little bit more. I can see the Gloucester Danvers game being more of a long extended drives, a little bit lower scoring.
Hmm.
So give me Luca Guevara from Beverly. No field goals on the year, but he does have a bunch of extra points. Pretty accurate there. Um,
Luca with two C's. I'm
there you
trying to
go.
remember.
It's one
One
C.
C.
They've used a ton of kickers, haven't they?
Three. Yeah, three
No.
this year. But Luca has taken the job and run with it, so to speak.
Primary guy, shall we
Yeah.
say.
All
All right.
right. So our draft is complete. Gentlemen, since you had the first picnic, tell us about your team.
I feel pretty good, especially at the quarterback position. I think that's going to be my strength. I think running back, I'm banking on some big plays more so than volume, although Will Bush will probably get his carries. Wide receiver, I like both of those matchups for Essex Tech and Peabody. I think they're going to be airing it out. And then, I mean, both of my flex guys, Toribio could go off, and Coin's going to catch his fair share. So, and then my MVP, potential MVP, has to be Masco defense going against Northeast at home. So overall, I think I feel better about this team than I did about my team last year. If I remember correctly, I was dead last year. So hopefully a rebound for these guys, and let's go Nighthawks, baby.
All right, Willie, you built another powerhouse here. Talk about it.
Well, we'll see. I mean, some of this is going to depend on what happens with St. John's. 2 years ago, in the same spot, I took their starting running back, and he got me all of 4 points, and that didn't work out so hot for me. So hopefully Maxwell does a little bit better than my friend at Brown these days. I really like my top guys. I think for me, it comes down to the flex. I opted for the big bruising guys instead of the volume PPR guys, and so we'll see if that ends up being a good play or a silly play. And the defense, too, a little trepidatious there. I mean, Gloucester's got a pretty good offense. I'm sort of banking on that being a short game, right? Fewer possessions because of all the running. So maybe fewer points on the board. But I could see, Danvers hopefully is fired up. I have faith in them because I could see Gloucester saying, yeah, you think we're not going to score? You're taking that defense, huh? And really trying to show me what for. So if there's one thing that I'm worried about, it's probably that.
Okay,
All
makes
right, Phil,
sense.
what about you? Reigning champ here. Seem pretty confident about your picks. You got Jack Fabiano at number two. How we feeling?
I mean, I love my team, honestly. Um, I think a lot of pieces fell where I would have liked, starting with my first overall pick. Love having Jack Fabiano there. I mean, touchdown and running machine. Patarelli is another guy who should put up really big numbers for me. My two receivers are, like I said, two of the top three guys in the area. I'm glad that I went with two more bell cow backs with my two flex spots. I was able to wait on quarterback, and I got two really good players there. And my defense, I think, could have a really big game. So I really like this team. I think it's, a lot of it's luck, of course, and you never know what's going to happen on the day. And we always have Thanksgiving stars that we don't see emerging beforehand or end up having big days because somebody was hurt or dinged up or whatnot. But
Or
at
just
least
games
on the
boxed in. I
surface,
mean,
I feel really good about my team.
so if you
I
have to
think we
kind of
all
kick them,
got good teams. I think this has the potential to be a close year here.
What'd you
kind of
say,
kicking
Willie?
myself a little bit, like Jesse Timpson, Ty Connolly, didn't have
Oh,
room for them
yeah.
because of the flexes I took. Like, yeah, that might come back to bite.
Well, that's what I wanted to. I always like when we do this exercise to kind of go over some of the guys that we didn't pick, and I got a list here. Like, so we mentioned, Joe Allen, Nick. the
Yeah, I mean, I
Gloucester
would
running
love to take
back.
all three backs from Gloucester. That's all they
Yeah,
do. You know, they
Cribbs
all.
and Allen has 11 touchdowns this year, so he could have been a great pick.
Yep.
Willie made note that we don't know if Elvis Espinal is going to play for Salem. If he's back, that's a huge shot in the arm. He's almost a certain pick if we know that he's healthy.
Right.
'Cause he's going to lead that Salem offense. Sean Coster, I think you also mentioned in Beverly, he could be, a guy who moves the chains for Beverly and finds his way into the end zone. Other receivers, I was surprised that no one took Chase Gruthius of Swampscott. Again, I know it's a numbers game. Willie, you got Noah Baskin, and Nick, you got Will Bush. So I could have theoretically taken Chase, but I also knew I needed a quarterback. But Chase could have a huge game on Thanksgiving. Tyler Connolly, we mentioned from Bishop Fenwick. I mean, he's a guy, and Jesse Timpson as well. Those guys are both big producers for Fenwick. Hayden Ferguson, Essex Tech, another sneaky good pick there. He could catch some passes there. Um, Luke Molitano, I could see as a Hamilton Wenham guy if they decide to go through the air through Anthony Folger, which again another pick we could have taken a quarterback. Oscar Fernandez of Salem out wide. Landon Dosh, sophomore in Marblehead, he's come on lately. He's a third leading receiver and really only haven't seen viable action on the offensive side of the ball for a few games now, but he certainly played well. Some of the quarterbacks we didn't take, I mentioned Anthony Folger. Luke Maglione of Peabody, he's kind of the stir that straws that drink offensively for the Tanners. John Budrow for St. John's Prep. And Chris Vargas. I mean, we really don't know his status right now, but having missed the last two games, no one was willing to take a chance on him. Um, any other defenses, guys? I mean, I suppose somebody could have taken Hamilton Wenham or Ipswich or Beverly or, I don't know. There's a number of defenses you could have taken. St. John's Prep, I suppose. Fenwick, but we have what we have. Anyone else that you guys can think of that we didn't pick?
That's a pretty good list.
That's quite a list. Anybody pass catching for Manchester, Nick, that we didn't grab?
Well, Nick Glass, like you said, you took him at kicker. He's been a weapon on offense. Outside of him, they really spread it around. I mean, there's a couple guys. Charlie Thurlow has had some really big plays. Felix Wood has cut some passes, but yeah, Nick Glass would be the guy. I think he's really emerged as a sophomore. He was their former backup quarterback, and they threw him in at offense one week when they had a lot of injuries, and he's really come through for them. So,
Nice.
yeah, Gloucester doesn't throw the ball much. If they have two completions in a game, that's going to be a lot. So, didn't really consider anyone there. I mean, Gavin Brent's had a nice season blocking, and he's caught some passes, but. In terms of those two teams, yeah, those are the guys.
All right. If I'm looking at these, I think we're going to have a pretty good Thanksgiving Day, and we'll obviously be keeping track of our stats. And we want to hear from you clearly. If you took the time to watch this, thank you. We love to hear what people think. Did we make good picks? Did we make idiot picks? Who did we forget? Who did we leave hanging that we should have grabbed? We like to hear all of it, actually. It's good to have connections with our people who are reading the paper and go out to the games and see these things. So thank you for that. I'm going to stop sharing this, guys, for a minute. Any last thoughts before we get ready for Thanksgiving Day? A lot of games, 9 games for us locally on Thanksgiving. We'll get to as many as we can. We unfortunately can't be at every single one, but we will be at as many as we can. What are you guys looking forward to on Thanksgiving? Quickly.
In terms of the games, I'm just looking forward to the weather. It's looking pretty solid this year. Not going to be too cold. Doesn't look like any rain, so should be a nice morning out there. The gridiron, and then always looking forward to the feast and the family time.
Hmm.
Bang out the work in the morning and eat, and then get back to it in the evening. But
Yep.
still get some nice time in there, so should be good.
How about you, Willie?
Yeah, that's about it. Just follow, see what happens, kind of another one in the books, as they say.
Who's your number one pick if we did a fantasy food draft and you can't take the turkey?
Oh, it's got to be the stuffing. If it's
Yeah,
good
stuffing,
stuffing,
hands down.
stuffing's tough. If you goof it up, it could be bad,
That's
but
the
if it's
problem.
good, it's good.
I'm going to throw a sneaky one out there, the cranberry sauce.
Yeah,
Cranberry sauce
solid,
is
Yeah,
good.
smooth.
yeah.
Cranberry sauce is pretty clutch.
There was a couple years ago on Thanksgiving where we forgot to take the cranberry sauce out. We ate the whole meal, forgot about it, and it was really a shame. It was like one of those things like, I knew something was missing, but couldn't put my finger on it.
Yeah, it's kind of
So
garbage.
make sure that yeah, that cranberry sauce is on the table this year.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, thank you. Happy holidays to you and your families and to all of our listeners and readers. We appreciate it. Let us know, as we said, you like our picks, you don't like our picks, whatnot. We will see you at the games and have a happy Thanksgiving from our families to yours.